Good morning everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So starting off with EURUSD on the weekly chart, and reason for that is we have got a pretty strong week so far, and we're coming up into some fairly strong resistance here. So there is pretty much the zone that we're looking at the moment, and then the next level that we have broken through, or are busy attempting, is this inside tail here. So if we come back to the 8 hour, you'll see we are going parabolic. So in other words, if you had to draw a line around this, it's starting to almost make a half moon shape. Okay, so we're just getting steeper and steeper. That's always an indication that we're coming up to some form of resistance that is going to hold. So what we need to start looking for is areas where that's going to be, and for me right now that's 121558, the first area, and then 121979 is the second area. So we're still long, we're still with the trend, carry on moving with the trend, but we need to take into account that the move could be coming to an end, and not necessarily an end that is going to fall to the floor, but you come to an area of consolidation. Now we've got two bits of data coming out today and tomorrow. So we've got non-farm payrolls obviously on Friday, and then today we've got the jobs number. So those two events will create some volatility one way or another. And if we're just looking at the hour, we're looking for opportunities to buy into this. So it's all weekly levels, which are fairly important, but if you look here and you just realign your weekly level to an hourly level, there it is there, that would be the area that I'd be looking to buy into. So that would be 120.857. But remember, there's going to be a lot of volatility today. So I typically on non-farm payrolls day stay out of the market until 15 minutes after the data is released. Then I know roughly where we are, and then look for levels to buy or sell into. Okay, so that's pretty much EURUSD, still going up, still going with the trend, but just watch out for these overhead resistance levels here. I do suspect you're going to find some selling there, and you'll probably just chop around again once you get into that area. Okay, so that is still long. US dollar, Japanese yen. So we looked at this triangle yesterday. We have kind of broken it. I'm not entirely convinced that we need to even worry about it being a triangle. So let's just leave it like that. I think it's going to be better off to look at this as some form of a channel forming. Okay, so for me this is still sideways, and it is going in the opposite direction to EURUSD. So it's not really something that I'm looking to trade right now. If we look at the hour, you'll see that this is extremely confused. You can see all the red and green bars, so big up, big down, big up, big down, big confusion. And now we've already come into a tight area of consolidation, which is very typical before the jobs number. And US dollar, Japanese yen is the one that gets pretty volatile during the data as well. So for me, I'm staying out of it. It's debatable whether we are just going to continue sideways, or whether we're going to continue in this upward channel, or alternatively, are we actually going to find some direction to the downside. Okay, nothing's really clear there, so we'll stay out of that. Euro Aussie dollar is pretty similar. So look at all these tails here. So we've got two sales there, then we've got this big range bar with a massive tail on the top. So we've got sellers stepping in up here, and we have broken through the structure of 16336, but I think we should probably expect some kind of a move down. Where to is a difficult one because we are pretty much sideways. So if we just come to the hour, you'll see a lot of confusion there. Okay, that is sideways, not something that I want to trade, so definitely not wanting to trade that. Even if we do drop below, I'd be watching this area here to see if it is tested and rejected. So that's 16336, and that would indicate to me that there's a potential trend change and we're looking for a move to the downside. But at the moment, there's nothing really on offer there at the moment. British pound, Japanese yen. We are holding this trend line. I think trend line is pretty important to keep in. But I think the other thing that you need to bear in mind, we've got these two levels in, and we've kind of, this was our measured move here of 148.20, and we just about got there and then sold off. So if we just look at the hour, it's another case of big up, big down, big confusion. And again, look at how we are just hovering on the moving average. Okay, so this for me, I think, is not worth chasing anymore. We're not getting the structure that we need. It's really just going sideways. So we're waiting for central banks to make decisions at the moment. And it surprises me because the Brits have released a vaccine. They've signed off on the vaccine, so they're busy getting it out to their population, but nothing's really impacting the pound at all with that news. So anyway, moving on. Aussie dollar, US dollar. So we are still moving sort of in an upward trend. Again, lots of red, lots of green, lots of confusion. Above the moving average, for as long as we're above the moving average, the trend is up. It looks like a bit of a channel that we are following at the moment. So for me, this is an opportunity. You should be looking to opportunities to buy. And this area that we are testing right now is definitely the first one, but I think I would feel a little bit more comfortable with coming back and testing this breakout here. And that would be 073889. So something to watch. It does look like we have a potential breakout here. And again, just bear in mind, we've got the jobs data coming out, so be careful. It could be pretty volatile. Nothing stops anything on a Thursday afternoon Thursday afternoon for me, Thursday morning for the US, but nothing stops any instrument to spike down a couple of thousand points and then spike up, or alternatively go the other way, so spike up and then suddenly run down. So it is always at a volatile day, so just be very careful. I think for me, as I said earlier, wait for that first 50 minutes after the data is released, then ascertain what's going on, and then look for your levels and see where you should buy or sell into. And don't get too drawn into the massive candles that will be formed, because those are just high frequency traders or algorithms that are trading just to make a quick buck out of it. Okay, your target should still be support and resistance. And British pound, Aussie dollar, again, we had some good news come out of the UK yesterday, but it hasn't really impacted the currency at all. And at the moment, this is sideways. I'm still staying out of it. Really am anticipating a direction soon, but we can continue like this for months. I mean, you've seen that on the EURUSD, how long we trended sideways before breaking out. So I think it's a similar situation with this at the moment, above and below the moving average way too often. Probably a candidate for a 15-minute trading. I trade this on the 15-minute chart, but even on the 15-minute chart, look at this, above and below. There you would have had a bit of data there, and then an opportunity to sort of scalp some moves to the downside. But I think for me, the wisest thing here is just stay out of it. Don't get drawn into this at the moment. I just want to have a look at the weekly on this chart. Now, if you look, the trend is pretty much to the downside. You can see that there. And let's just get rid of all the noise. So you can see the trend is to the downside. Look at the left. I mean, that's pretty much the area of consolidation that we're in at the moment. So nothing's new. Oh yeah, we've got really nothing new here, just sideways action. So yeah, my advice, stay out of this at the moment. Just wait and see. It does. I'm still keeping it on my watch list because I am. The more I look at it, the more I'm anticipating that we should get a second leg down. Probably on the weekly chart, come and test this bottom area here. We didn't quite get there. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, is a move back down to 173.881. But just got to wait for that sure bet trade, which is going to get us in on it. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.